So for this morning, I'd like to go over some information that benefit you. What should one prepare when one wants to become a monk or walk down this spiritual journey according to the instruction of the Buddha? This comes from the sutra called Senasana Sutra. It has a very interesting information for the new monks. I think for even the monk who ordained quite some time, it's good to come back and relearn what the Buddha teach us. What exactly that you should learn in the very first year of your monk's life. If we have this a clear and effective structure, we can grow rapidly. So why all of a sudden a man with good life want to leave everything behind and walk down the path of spiritual life fully? Why on earth? Life is already good here, family, work, business, possession, traveling, food, you name it. And why all of a sudden you turn yourself away from those things? Leave them behind and I want to be a monk. And the monk life, they cannot have whatever you have as a lay person. The rule of thumb is whatever the lay people do, we don't do. What would be one thing? One thing. Without this thing, monk is not a monk. What is one thing that makes us different from the lay people? Renunciation. Okay. No hair. Okay. Any other thought? Huh? Conscious. Okay. Precept. Okay. For the lay people, ideally they should observe 5 precepts, right? Avoid killing or harming others, stealing stuff, sexual misconduct, telling a lie, or false speech and intoxicate. Okay, 5 precepts for the lay people. When someone become a novice, you observe 10 precepts. You have 5 more. And when someone become a monk, you observe at least 200 rules. So as you can see, what makes us different from the lay people is the precept we observe. Monk without precept is not a monk. If you do things what the lay people do, you and them are equal. They don't need to give you food, they don't need to bow your feet, they don't need to offer you anything because you do the same thing as they do. There are rules that we follow strictly that makes monk the monk. It's not the outfit, it's not the hairstyle. And these days, people can just shave their head and put the saffron robes on. Outside Thailand, there's no law. You can do that, but in Thailand, you can't. If you put this on, pretend that you're a monk, you go to jail. Punishment by law. But outside Thailand, you can do whatever you want. So it's not the outside, it's not the appearance, it's about the precept you observe. It's a man who do no evil, thinking, speaking, and action. That's the monk. So the difference here, you have to understand that why we have to be careful about the precept, because that makes us monk. For the lay people, sometimes observe precept, sometimes no precept. Who care? Lay people is a lay people. Eat whenever you want, do whatever you want. But monk cannot. Okay? Cannot. And why on earth that all of a sudden a man wants to do this? To inconvenience himself. For what? The starting point of this journey is coming down to one thing. It's called the right view. Because your view toward life has changed. The reason you are here, because of your will. Right? Will is what? Will is understanding. For example, there's 2 persons. Right? One person think, okay, alcohol is good, drug is good. I'm going to drink. I'm going to tell my son to drink. I'm going to tell everyone to drink. Because my will is good. Nothing wrong with this. But another man said, this is not good. Alcohol, drug, gambling is not good. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to invite or encourage anyone in my life to involve with this thing because it's bad. Because of my will, understand this is bad. But for this guy, it's good. And because of will, then thinking follow. You understand it's good, so your thinking is, I'm going to do it. Your will said it's good, and then your thinking follow. I'm gonna get involved, and then you go out and drink and gambling. You see, it's coming down to the will. Because of the will that he has, and how did he get that will? He need to get it from someone somewhere, right? Maybe read books, maybe hear the story of the Buddha. Oh, okay, that input start coming to him. We call the Dhamma. The Dhamma is the good teaching that lead us to live good life. Anybody can give the Dhamma talk, even your son or your nephew. One sentence can turn your life upside down. For example, if you're about to go out and drink and enjoy with your friend and your son said, Dad, please don't go. I don't want you to get drunk and have car accidents. How am I going to live with mom without you? And that sentence got you thinking. He said, wow, perhaps I shouldn't be going. Then you decided to stay home with him. And that's the Dhamma. It's the right teaching that lead you to live good life. So you stop going out because of whatever the son just said to you. Okay, so listen to the Dhamma, understand it, and that slowly change your view, the way you see the world, the way you understand the world around you. And then you think, oh, okay, the life of the Buddha is good. The Buddha talk about meditation, the Buddha talk about peace, the Buddha teach us to be mindful, teach us to observe precept, and I like it. You start building up that view for quite some time until you come to the point where you make final decision, let me try it. That's why you are here, because of the view. And the Buddha said clearly, the right view is the starting point for success and happiness. Oppositely, the wrong view is also the starting point of dukkha or suffering and failure in life. If you start involved with alcohol and drug, that's the wrong view. It lead you to the wrong path of life. And you're going to end up suffering. Definitely. Because the will is wrong. So action is wrong. And because of this, he understands that there's something that the Buddha teach us. He point us to the right direction. Okay, if you walk down this path according to this concept or this teaching, your life's going to be happy the moment that you start walking. Okay, ultimately, one may realize Nibbana sometime in the future life. That may be too far for us. Nibbana may not the biggest motivation why we become a monk. But I know being a monk is something, it's good, it's peaceful, it's simple. I like it. Start from I like it. And then later on I get to know this deep teaching of the Buddha. I say, wow, this is even better than before. Keep confidence and faith slowly build up. Okay? The right view continue to be strengthened. And with right view has been strengthened, it strengthen the right thinking and strengthen the right action later on. Okay? So the final goal of holy life is this one. You have to see this picture clearly. Is to remove or uproot the mental defilements, which is, there are three of them, the lust or greed, hatred, and delusion. If one can do this, the job is done. This is the final goal. Whoever ordained, people in the past, people in this generation, and people in the future generation, when they ordain, same purpose, to work on their mind, to remove the mental impurity completely, then the job is done. And now we don't even know where the mind is. We've never seen one. And how can you see your own mind? Not physical eye. You cannot see. Where is the mind? Cannot see. You need to acquire the inner eyes through the meditation practice. Okay, let's see something deeper than we thought, right? That, hey, is there something called the inner life inside this life that I am exist here? Is there anything inside my mind that I have no clue what it is? This is secret. And the Buddha happened to be the mind expert. He knows the mind inside out, and he teach us to get to our own mind. So this is the final goal. Ultimately, when this happens, the job is done. The rebirth cycle is done, finished. There's no more rebirth. Okay? And that may be too far. Okay, and you may be thinking, okay, now I understand it. There's a Nibbana, there is the meditation, there is a law of karma. All of this teaching is interesting. So should I stay home, have good life, getting married, have kids, or should I become a monk? That's a big task. That's the big question. That's a big thing to make decisions. And the nice thing about the Theravada in Thailand is we have temporary ordinations for people to come and come and see, come and learn. So you can be a monk 1 month, you can be a monk 3 months. We have the tradition where we encourage all the teenagers to ordain once in their life for 3 months. After they finish college, before they start working or having family, that time is critical for you to take off 3 months, not to travel the world, well, travel inside, not outside. You become a monk 3 months to learn the Dhamma, to learn the meaning of life, the purpose of life, and how to live good life. And this day, I think this tradition is fading away. People don't have time for ordination. Right away after college, you look for a job. You need to make money, you need to survive. You start climbing the corporate ladder, you want to go to the top, hoping that when I get there, I will be happy, and then I can get married, have kids, and take care of my wife and my children. The goal of life has been shifted according to the world that feeds at that view. You have to be there, you have to get that. You have more education, more success, more money, then you'll be happy. The Buddha mentioned about this long time ago. This is the wrong path. It's the wrong path. It's nice to have goal like that, okay? You have to start to connect the dot. What is the best life of myself? What is the life that you want to be? Okay, it's nothing wrong with having family, okay? It's nothing wrong. The Buddha never said everyone has to become a monk to be happy. He never said that. You can be happy as a father, as a boss, as a leader of your community. You can be the best version of yourself as a lay person, and happiest man on the planet as a lay person. And you can die like that and born in heaven, born in good life too. There were many people in the Buddha time who successful as a businessman and businesswoman that the Buddha praised them. This is, look at them. Take your time. You have this opportunity already. You come and learn and you make decision. And now let's say you decided to become a monk. What is next for you? There's something that you need to prepare. The Buddha talked about 5 things: the quality of the place and the quality of yourself. That's why I said last night, ordination is one thing. You need to look for training too. Not just look for the place to ordain. It's not enough. Ordination without training is dangerous. It is dangerous. So the factor that there are 5 factors that involve when it comes to the training ground that the Buddha mentioned in this particular sutra. The first, the place should be convenient for getting food, not to, it's walking distance. It's quiet and undisturbed environment. Now we are being disturbed by the worker. Usually it's quiet, okay? So freedom from danger, okay, and the harsh weather, and easy to access for basic necessities. Like when you need to go to the hospital, how far from here to the hospital? When the kitchen people need to go buy supply, how far can they go? Here, where we located, the village before us 3 kilometers, and from this point to the next village is another 4 kilometers. That's why I make this place quiet, because nobody live here. Before we got here, no one live here, literally. It's just the forest. So it's quiet during the day, it's even more quiet at night. And further away, which we will take you there for the arms round, you notice that, it's getting to be more and more remote and difficult to access the hospital, the supplying. That's something you should consider. So in short, there are 5 things you keep in mind when you look for the place or the temple or the place where you want to get yourself ordained. The place should be easy to go arms round and easy to find necessities. Should be peaceful by the nature and should be safe without any dangerous people or dangerous animal, insects, something like that. Also, another important factor, you need someone to help you, to guide you. You can have all this good food, good place, nice, beautiful, but no teacher around. Then don't go there. You're not going to learn anything. Okay? And now it's come to individual. After you find such a place, the Buddha suggests you to develop these 5 qualities that you should possess, that you should develop, you should cultivate. Then you can be success. So it's more like a prerequisite before you start walk down these spiritual journeys. So there are 5 things. First is faith. Second is good health, healthy physically. And the third is being honest and open. And number 4 is perseverance and an effort. Don't be lazy. And number 5 is the wisdom. So there are 5 virtues, 5 qualities that the Buddha suggests the new monk to build up before they start walk down this journey. So let's start from number 1. Faith. What is faith mean? In this particular teaching, the Buddha points specifically to this one. The bhikkhu, mean monks, is endowed with faith. He has faith in what? In the enlightenment of the Tathagata. Who is the Tathagata? Tathagata is the Buddha, another name for the Buddha. The awakened one, the Tathagata one, the blessed one, all of these point to the Buddha. Now we come to another keyword. What is enlightenment? And why should we have faith to the Buddha enlightenment? This is the one, right? We talk about Nibbana, we talk about removing all mental impurities. When this happens, one will realize Nibbana. That's another meaning of Nibbana. If this happens, if you can do this, you realize Nibbana. And okay, wow, the Buddha talk about this. That means the Buddha have done that. He have purified his own mind and he has realized Nibbana. And he teach us how to do that too. And then you come and learn, you say, oh, this teaching is great, I like it, I want to be one of them. So you have faith that, hey, there is a possibility where a man who know nothing about life, about the mind, about mental impurities, who can come to know all of this and be able to clean this mind and become one like them. If a man can do it, then you can do it too. If someone can go to the moon, then you can go to the moon too. Right? There's a possibility because someone have done that before. The Buddha is a living proof that, hey, guy, I have done that. I'm going to show you how to do it. So you come and learn, you say, oh, it makes sense, I like it, let me try. So your faith start from here. Okay? And then you may quit down the road, that's another story. But faith can be fade away. Faith is difficult to build, but easy to destroy. Difficult to build, easy to destroy. I have seen many people come to the temple with faith and like it, I want to make donation, I want to support the temple, and next month they don't come. No more. Faith is gone. Okay? So, these 5 things. The first thing is about faith. Buddha is a man. He's a human. He's not God. A man understands the man. If a man can do, then another man can do. So he showed us that you guys can do this too. Meditate like I did, and you get to your mind, and then you see what's in your mind, and you can remove what's in your mind. That's the starting point of someone walking down this path. That's the starting point of someone start to sit and meditate. Because of faith, because of I understand. My view about meditation is not just relaxation. It's something deeper than that. Something deeper than that. Because the Buddha is the one, we call another term for the Buddha is Arahant. He is a perfect enlightened. He accomplished the true knowledge and conduct. He is fortunate. He is knower of the world. He knows the world inside out. He is a surpassed trainer of a person that ready to be trained. He is the teacher of the Deva or the heavenly beings and humans. He is the enlightened one. He is the blessed one. This is the definition of the Buddha. The Buddha possesses all kind of virtue. This is some of them. Okay, from what we just, from what we just see from this passage. This is the virtue of the Buddha, 9 of them. And because of his enlightenment, he get to the 3 kind of, we call the 3 superhuman knowledge or the Tevijja, which we will get to that more in detail later on. On that night that he meditated, before he achieved enlightenment, he get to the first level of super knowledge called the Bupphe Nivasa Nusati Jnana, which is the jnana or the wisdom or the knowledge that allow him to recall his own past life for a countless lifetime through the meditation. And the second knowledge, super knowledge, that he also be able to witness the previous life of other beings. Why this person born like this? Why someone born perfect, someone born handicapped, born poor, born rich, born highly educated, born no education? He see all the dots, he see all the story, he see the complete picture. And the last knowledge is the knowledge of how can I remove these impurities? You have to have the knowledge, right? To clean your church, you have to know how to clean it. Then the church can be clean. And now you want to clean the mind, you need to know how to do it. That it is. That's called super knowledge, which is not easy to acquire, to have it. So you cannot just sit there and read book. You cannot just sit there and talk to people. Just by reflect on this, we know that meditation is more than just relaxation. Meditation is the key to get us there, to have all of this knowledge through the meditation. People come to this because they have faith that, hey, I can achieve enlightenment too. I can be happy too. When I can meditate and deal with my thought too. Okay? You can work on your goal. And how can you acquire faith? This is the typical situation. You associate with good people, smart people, wise people. You read good book. You talk to teachers. And then you listen to the Dhamma. You find them, find the book, find the picture. You listen to them, and then you start having faith. You reflect on what you learn. The shortcut to be success in anything in life, whether in the worldly life or the spiritual life, first you find teacher. That's a shortcut. Find someone who do it before. Find the expert. Second, you listen to them respectfully, wholeheartedly. Empty your glass. Teach me how to meditate. Teach me how to cook. Teach me how to swim. Teach me how to be a doctor, how to be a lawyer. Go find the best doctor school, go find the best lawyer and learn from them. And then not just that, you reflect, you investigate of what you learn. Don't just blind believe. So people said precept is good, meditation is good, let's go sit. Why do you go sit? Because mom said so. Then you go sit. Mom said become a monk, then you go become a monk. No, the Buddha teach you to think deeper. You reflect on what the benefit for me to do this. Okay, and number 4, you practice. This is the key, practice. You can have the best teacher in the world. I can invite the famous teaching monk who gives the best Dhamma talk and give you the Dhamma talk. But if you don't practice, that's useless. Useless. Whatever you learn is useless. Okay, because you don't practice. We can spend all day talk about meditation, spend all day talk about the benefit of precept, but you keep on breaking precept. That means it's such a waste of time, it's useless. Second thing is, now you have faith. The Buddha introduced second step. Now it's about your physical part. Your physical part, you need to be healthy, you need to have a good health, because this journey, okay, is a long journey. How can you meditate well if you have headache, if you have constipation, if you have running nose, if you have physical pain? You can. So I would say in every single sutra that the Buddha teach the monk, that the Buddha trained the monks to be success there, he always incorporate this one about how can monk take good care of their health. So the Buddha never neglect for us to look after our health. And this day, people have a lot of problem with health, including the monks. This statistic come from the monk hospital in Thailand, and they come up with this top 5 of the monks who go to treatment at that hospital. High cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney failure, and osteoarthritis. Most of the disease come from eating, wrong eating habits, because you are what you eat, right? You are what you eat. People come to the hospital for this because of they're addicted to a certain kind of food. Of course, monk, we don't cook. We live by the food that people offer. You cannot reject what they offer, but you can be mindful to choose what to eat. If you don't look after your health, then you cannot be success in anything. The father, a boss, whatever you want to be, you cannot fully enjoy that lifestyle if you have a poor health. And that's understandable. You guys look after your health, you are healthy, that's good. Now you can go deeper. Now you can be more mindful because you are about to be a monk of what you eat. Not only you eat 2 meals, but you must make sure that you have enough food into your body, enough water, and the right amount of proper nutrition. Not just meat, not just fry. Not just ice cream in the evening. There was a gentleman who come from non-Buddhist background, and he's a big guy, and he get hungry in every evening. He said, "Luang Pi, what can I eat? What can I eat that not breaking precept in the evening?" So we give him the list. So he go through all the list. Okay, ice cream is one of them, yogurt is one of them, tamarind is one of them, chocolate is one of them. So he sat there and enjoyed a bucket of ice cream every evening. Of course, he did not break precept. But is this something that you should do? The refreshment is not the substitution for the dinner. Please don't get it wrong. The reason Buddha allowed is because there was a monk who ordained back then, and he said, "Buddha, I'm hungry. I don't think I can survive, so I want to disrobe because I don't want to break precept." Buddha said, "Okay, you can have some juice, just to have enough energy to continue evening session to meditate." That's how the rules come about. So it's not for you to sit there and enjoy 1 kilogram of tamarind, 1 bucket of ice cream every evening because you are hungry. And you know what? Hungry is just the feeling. You feel hungry. If you shift your attention to something else, then hungry is gone. Okay, don't stay in that trap of thought. So work on that, because this is the disease. The mind has the disease from these 3 viruses: the greed, the hatred, the delusion. We live with them. They come with us the moment that we were born, and they go with us after we die too. And that's the scary part. And we don't know that. We're so ignorant. We don't know that we don't know. We come with this guy. And the Buddha also point to something that, hey guy, you have the physical disease too. Cold, heat, hunger, thirst, urinate, excrement. Every single day we encounter this disease, right? Cold, we need clothes, right? It's too hot, too cold, we die. No food, no water, we die. If you sit here and you sit 6 hours, 5 hours in front of the computer, you don't go toilet, you don't go pee, then you hurt yourself. You're suffering, you end up suffering, dukkha, because you don't look after yourself well enough. Okay, this is important. Everyone seems to know, okay, of how to look after the body. Eat good food, exercise, sleep well. If you're feeling sick, take medicine. All of this you seem to know, but somehow many people not really engaged in that. We know exercise is good, but we don't. Don't have time for that. We know vegetable is good. Oh, later meat first. That's craving. This guy that drive your behavior. Okay? And the third one is about you being honest and open to your teacher. Okay? To be success in the life of a monk, you have to be honest with your teacher. You have to be honest with your friends. There shouldn't be any secrets between us. Teacher always wish you guys the best, right? Success. So that if anything, okay, make sure that you openly share with your mentor, with your teacher. This is also important, especially when it comes to the meditation experience. Some people just want to show off that I meditate well, I meditate better than that person, that monk, this monk. You lying to yourself, you lying to your friends. And how can you make progress? Okay, so you have to be honest. I can't do it. I don't know why. Yesterday was good, the body expand, I see the light, I see the Buddha, this and that. But today they all gone. You don't have to pretend that, okay, yesterday you were pressed in the room that, oh, you have a good meditation, and next day you don't have that experience no more. You continue to say the same thing, which you don't have. You're not honest. Dishonest mind is not good. It cannot be success. That means you're trapped in the realm of egos. I have to be the one, I have to be the best, I have to be praised. You crave for more praise. And then you're done, okay? Cannot grow. That's why when you ordain, there is something called confession. That's how we do confession, and we will teach you how to do that. What is confession? Okay, you may be familiar with this term if you come from Christianity. People go to church, find the priest and confess the wrongdoing of yourself, and then have someone listen to it, and then you are forgiven. The bad thing is gone. This is opposite to the teaching of the Buddha. Nobody in this world can forgive your wrongdoing. There's no super being out there can forgive what you did. You cannot remove the past. You just cannot. But the idea of confession here in Buddhism is about you being honest, being open of your own behavior. Today, please be my witness. I did something wrong. I say something bad to my friend and I feel bad about it. Tomorrow I'm going to be mindful. I'm not going to do the same mistakes again. And that's what you said. You're not saying, you know what, please forgive me of my wrongdoing. Remove my sin from my mind. That's not the purpose. It's about you open up to your friends. There are two kinds of mistake. Okay? The first one is if you break precept, you do something bad, you say something bad, maybe your friends can see, right? If they see, if they're kind enough, they can help to correct you, suggest you. You know what? You shouldn't be doing that. You should be saying that. When you take the food and you cannot finish the food, and your friend can see it. It happened many times. Food is so delicious and I'm so hungry. I'm going to take whatever I can and worry about that later. And then the monk cannot finish it. And after 5 days, the friend sits right next to him, notice that it's happened every single day, and he feel bad of his friend behavior. So later on, he brave enough to talk to him that, my friend, you should be mindful of your food. Can you take something first, and when you finish, you can go back again. It'll be okay for you to go back many times, because you don't know, to adjust your stomach yet. But it happened all the time, every day. The monk take the food and cannot finish, have to throw away. So this is the manner. So the elder monk come to him and said, you know what, can I say something to you? And he politely, and luckily the guy is kind enough to accept the suggestion. So next day he changed. If this were you, how would you react? People have ego, right? People don't like to be blamed. People don't like to be condemned, to pinpoint like, you do something bad. We don't like it. With that ego is so big, we usually turn ourselves against someone who have a good will toward us. So you know what? Stop saying that I know what I'm doing. That's human. And now you're a monk, you let go of that. Welcome criticisms. Okay, constructive ones. Welcome them. Then you can be better. The way you can prosper in this life is to welcome criticisms. Because none of us is perfect, including myself. I'm not anywhere near perfect. I'm learning every day. I want to be better. That's why I become a monk. And you guys want to be better, you will become a monk. So you take all of this structure, all of this training environment to help you to be better, to help you to grow. Okay, so being honest. That's why we do confession like this. Okay? And are you easy to be admonished? If you are easy, then people would feel comfortable, okay, to correct you, to share with you what they think. And you welcome that, you appreciate that, okay? Don't get mad at them. And now, and in fact, this also the first criteria. Before the Buddha trained someone, he want to make sure that, hey, are you ready to be trained? If someone don't have this characteristic, the Buddha will not train them. This is the prerequisite. Before I train you, the first step, the question is, are you ready to be trained? Are you ready to be trained? Are you ready to wake up at 4:30? Are you ready to eat 2 meals a day? That's the condition. If you said, no, I'm not ready, then go home, please. Come back when you're ready. Okay, that's fair enough. And number 4 is the effort. This is the number 4, the fourth quality that every monk should develop. To make an effort, don't just easily to give up. You're not going to see the result today, after you learn meditation technique, and you try to sit, and nothing happened. Let me quit. This is not for me. Go to another teacher, learn new technique. Sit 3 days and quit. Nothing happened to me. Go to another teacher, 1 week and quit. You're going to have to keep circling around for your whole life, and you're not going to find anything. And why this technique work for that person? Why that technique work for those people? There must be something about the technique that you not understand. That's why it doesn't work for you. So make an effort to stay with it long enough, to have faith with it long enough, to persevere long enough. That's the effort, that's the energy. Make an effort to wake up early. Make an effort to fight with your laziness. Make an effort to come to the class and study Dhamma. You're going to be living like this for the rest of the training. Nothing fancy. It's very predictable. You know what happened tomorrow 5 o'clock. You know what happened tomorrow 9:30. You know what happened tomorrow 2 o'clock. Same old routine. And make an effort to show up. Make an effort to get excited about new thing that you learn. Make an effort about put something that you learn today into practice. That's the effort. Okay, energy. We study Dhamma. We practice meditation. Make an effort to cultivate good habit. Do things on time. Keep things clean. Keep things organized. Be polite. Be humble. All of this is not one-time deal. You think that you have the right view, okay, you come to become a monk. But the right view also can chip away. People who think that alcohol is bad, I'm not getting involved, later on become a drunkard. Will can change. Will is not yours. Will you inherit from the people around you, from the environment. If you hang out with the people who love alcohol, you're going to become one of them. Let's say you ordain, you don't drink for 30 days. You know it's bad. You go home, the first month is okay, no matter how many times your friend invite you to go to the party. Okay, later on you decide, let me go. And you refuse all the drink that they give it to you. And later on you start to think, oh okay, maybe one glass is okay. Start from one glass is okay. So we'll slowly shift. Now alcohol, one alcohol is okay. And later on, one bottle is okay. And later on, once a week is okay to drink. And later on, every day is okay for alcohol. So this will that you have built is gone. So all of this, you need to make an effort. So effort, the right effort is the heart and soul of the Noble Eightfold Path that you will be learning. The path that helps us to realize Nibbana quick. It's not just the right view. It's not just the right thinking. You need to make an effort to continue having right view, to continue having right effort, to continue not to be lazy, to continue come and sit, no matter how hot, no matter how noisy, no matter how much you hate the session, you sit. That's the effort. That's the right effort. Okay, so keep things clean and organized. So I have helped many people ordain in the past, and both Chinese and English, we train them simultaneously. We're talking about 100 people come and ordain at the same time. And they have to do things the same. Eat the same food, do the same chore, helping each other, start together, finish together. Nobody take advantage from each other. And when living with international community like this, something I learned is quite unique from when I train the Thai people. Because you guys have a unique experience in the diversity that you have. You have to be in one place. You have to stay together for 30 days, follow the same routine. There's a gentleman from Japan who happened to be very strict about time. The gentleman from Germany, gentleman from Australia, gentleman from America, gentleman from Poland. People have different view about time. For him, 1 minute maximum if you late. In Germany, maybe 15 minutes okay. Right? If you have appointment, someone show up 15 minutes late. 15 minutes you still forgive them and continue conversation. In Thailand, 30 minutes, 1 hour, people still okay. I don't know if it's good or not, but you know. But this gentleman, for him, we decided, we agreed that you guys, 5 of you clean toilet before breakfast. You need to show up 6:30, and by 7 o'clock you finish. Guess what? The first person who show up is this guy, with the bathing robes on, ready to clean the toilet. But where is my friends? They're still having a cup of coffee, sit there, relax and talk. First day he was okay. Second day, third day, and he cannot smile. I noticed that something is wrong with this person. He cannot smile. And when you get acquainted, why? What happened? He start to share that, you know what, Luang Pi, you said show up on time, start together, finish together. And how come a friend of mine always 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late? So each individual take 5 minutes of my life away every day. I cannot start the job because everyone has to be here. So I waste my life 5 minutes waiting for them to show up. And later on, sadly, he decided to leave the training. He cannot accept that people not on time. You see? the view about time is different. You need to understand your friend too. Keep things clean and organized. Whatever you see affect your mind. And when you meditate, if your bed is messy, if your room is messy, your mind is unorganized. And that's why you cannot meditate well. Okay? The mind perceives everything and it keeps and it reflects in the subconscious level. That's why we teach you how to keep things clean and organized. The shore is not just the shore. The shore is the way that you can develop the mindfulness skill that help you to habituate yourself to be clean, to be organized, and to be mindful. Now we come to the last part. The Buddha talked about wisdom. Wisdom has, ultimately this is what it means by wisdom, okay? Wisdom is about seeing things the way they are. See your body, see your five aggregate. It's not you, this is not mine, this is I am not, this is not myself. And when one see this, one liberated from the tense, from the craving, from the tanha, from the avijja, from the ignorance. This is wisdom, ultimately. But for us, we don't have that ability to acquire this kind of wisdom yet. At least what you can do, you develop wisdom to understand, to strengthen all of this. You develop wisdom to take good care of yourself, eat good food, look after yourself, not to hurt yourself. You develop wisdom, how can you be more open, more honest? How can you have more faith? How can you make more effort to success your goal? Coming down to this level of wisdom first. Then eventually you're going to have a stronger faith, stronger effort, have more better health, and the idea of being honest is going to be more, it's getting more and more strength. That's how you utilize the idea of wisdom, okay, to improve all of this. And these are the 5 things, the 5 factors that a monk should possess. Any question? Simple, right? But now it's time for you to put into practice. There will be a little thing here and there that maybe you don't like it, or maybe you have doubt and this and that. Your job is to find a way to understand it. Okay? Simply ask the question. Or if something you cannot ask, then you may go to the third parties and have that person help you. If you all of a sudden walk to your friend and tell them what they do wrong, then they may not be able to accept it. Okay, so you can artfully find a way to deal with this. Some friends may make noise all the time when they sit, without knowing and without paying attention to the rest of the group, keep on making noise, or even snoring, or after 15 minutes, everyone start to get in the deeper meditation mode, and all of a sudden one person leave the room and unzip the door and make noise. And every session happen like that. Always someone going out and make noise, and then you get annoying. And how can we communicate? So we need to be open, right? We need to ready for, if someone give a suggestion, we need to feel thankful for that, and okay, because it affects the group. Everyone wants to have a good meditation experience. We cannot do that if this little thing keep on happening. We cannot do that if you keep on eating 1 bucket of ice cream every day in the evening. Or if you eat too much breakfast, you have less room for lunch. And if you have less lunch, you get hungry in the evening. So you have to be mindful for breakfast. People get hungry a lot in the morning because there's no food after lunch, right? Long hour. And then morning you want to eat whatever on the table, and then it's too full. It's only 4 hours we eat again. Now we're going to go to lunch. And if you eat too much lunch, afternoon session cannot meditate well. So you need to find balance. What's best for you in the morning, enough is enough. What's best for you at lunch, take this couple days to adjust. Okay, maybe 1 week. Okay, how much fruit, how much rice, how much meat that your body needs. Okay, if something that you feel that it's not enough, or you need a certain kind of fruit, things like this, again you can let Luang Pi Pop know to see if we can work on that for you. Alright, so with that we're done for today. So we pay respect to the triple gems and take a break.